And we are live. I've got the camera positioned differently because I was actually recording part of the video I'm working on. I didn't finish it and was like, I need to leave the camera like right where it's at. So I feel like I look taller than normal. Normally I have the camera up higher, which I think leads people to believe that I'm shorter than I am. I'm actually just about 6 foot tall. And it always seems to surprise people when they see me for the first time, like, oh, you're not really short. I'm like, no, I'm not very short. So anyways, happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is doing well. Who's in the house today? We've got Luke's here, Lisa's here, Clown, Delmar, Beards, Phil's here, Tor's here, RS is in the house, Liz is here, Hasio, let's see, Rob is here, Troy, Amar, how is it going? I look like a giant. This is Modbot in all capital letters. I hope everyone is doing well. I feel like a broken record. I'm tired again, but for a different reason. And before we get into today's build, I'm just going to go on a quick rant to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on currently in our life. So, yesterday started off as a fairly standard day. Aaron ran a few errands to a few different stores and came back home. And I was inside with Jackson, and she was bringing in groceries, and she comes in the house, and I'm paraphrasing, but something along the lines of, she says, I need my big, strong Dan to go out into the garage. And I thought she was just needing help with maybe some of the things she had purchased, but she said, there is something big that moved in the car, or basically ran in the car. And not what I was expecting to hear. And so I inquired about more information. I said, what do you mean? Like what do you mean? She said, I don't know. I just saw something big. She said, big move in the car. And I said, okay. Do you know what it was? Was it a bug? Was it a mouse? And she says, no, it wasn't a mouse. I think it was maybe a big spider. And I said, how big are we talking about? And she said, the size of a mason jar lid. If anyone not familiar, this is a mason jar. That's the lid. That's pretty big. That's pretty big, right? So I'm like, excuse me, what? And so then I'm freaking out a little bit, right? I'm like, okay, you know. And so I said, was it like a cockroach or something like that? She said, maybe. And so then I start Googling, Idaho cockroaches. And mostly we have the small ones that, would infest a house. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't seem right. There is they call it the water bug, which is a pretty large one. And so I'm like, all right. But then she said, there's shredded up plastic. And that I was confused with, because I'm like, I don't see how a bug could have shredded up some plastic. So I suit up, put on my jacket, put on my beanie, grab a flashlight, and I just start walking around the car with my flashlight, just kind of shining the light in, seeing if I see. She said it ran underneath the driver's seat. I'm like, awesome. So I shine the light in, and I see some shredded plastic. And as I look closer, I see tiny little pellets. It's a mouse. It's a mouse. So, that's what I've been dealing with since probably 3:30, 4 o'clock last night. I've never had to deal with mice before. We're from California, and growing up, we occasionally had a rat get into the attic. We had this big, beautiful magnolia tree, and the rats would climb it and jump from the leaves to the roof and then find some kind of entry point. So that's my only experience ever with really rodents. And I started doing a bunch of Googling about how do you get a mouse out of a car. And it seems like there's not exactly a perfect method, and that basically the only method I saw was you gotta kill the mouse. There's just no way around it. It can one, sanitation, not good. 2, potential electronics, not good. And 3, there's just no other way to really go about it. So we only have one car, and I didn't feel it felt weird hopping into a car with the mouse and driving 20 minutes to the store with the mouse and getting trapped and then driving back with it. So Aaron Steve, thank you for 30 moments. I'll come visit with Oscar and Felix. There was, so I will say, in my research on how to remove a mouse from the car, there was a lot of jokes about getting larger animals. Cats being one of them, said you got to get a cat. So maybe this is my time to pitch the cat idea to Aaron again. So we called a neighbor, and a neighbor took Aaron to the store. We got some traps. So there's currently peanut butter traps in my car. I checked it 4 times, or no, I checked it like 2 times last night, and this morning, no mouse to be found. Last night, I'm laying in bed, right, trying to get to bed at a decent time, because I'm like, I got my stream tomorrow. I keep sleeping like crap. I got to get a night's sleep. I just kept thinking about the friggin' mouse. So I started researching mouse in cars, yada, 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 and found a pattern that for like 80% of, and apparently like a mouse in a car is not that uncommon. It sounded, from coming from California, it sounds absurd to me. Like, I don't know anyone in my life that's ever had a mouse in their car. But it's actually, if you Google it, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of posts about people with mice in their cars. So it seems like 80% of them, the entry point is through the clean air cabin, like clean cabin air. And so this morning I dropped the glove box, pulled out the filter, and sure enough, I saw teeth marks on the cabin air filter and a couple of mouse droppings inside there. So I think because that was what was driving me crazy, right? Is like, how did this get into our car? Did we leave a door open and it just hopped up without us noticing? But I think what happened was it actually climbed in underneath the hood of the car, crawled its way through the vent, chewed its way through the filter, and then made its way into the car. I have no idea if it's still in the car. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but so far I haven't caught it, but there's a mouse that has been living in our car. It chewed up most of Jackson's little snacks he had left behind, and actually burrowed its way. When I took his car seat out, a ton of foam fell out of his car seat. So it's actually been like burrowing at night, I'm assuming, into the car seat. And I think it's probably trying to get the foam to make a nest or something like that. So I had to get a new car seat. So it's been an adventure. I'm a bit tired, but this time, like, I feel like I actually have an excuse that, you know, I've got mice problems. So, let's see. If it was in the car, hey, lost in tech. If it was lost in the car, it would have found the traps, guaranteed. They always do. Yeah. So because Aaron said, all right, I'm only gonna talk. I know we gotta build stuff. I'm only gonna talk about mice for like 5 more minutes. So because Aaron said it ran under the driver's seat, the places I could see it going is there's a big vent underneath the seat, and from my research as well, a mouse can shove its head through a 1/4-inch hole, which is like a pinky nail, which is absolute madness. So maybe it went in the vent, maybe it wedged itself underneath the floor fabric, like between the floor and the frame of the car. Maybe it made its way back out. I do agree with Lost in Tech, like we vacuumed. Granted, like the car's from 2014, there's a lot of crumbs that have built up, and so even with vacuuming with a shop vac yesterday, like I couldn't get everything out, but we got rid of anything large, all trash is gone, and the peanut butter's there, so I would think it would also have gone for that, but luckily we don't need the car for the next couple of days, so I'm just gonna leave traps in the car and see what happens. And I think probably the best solution is, because very likely what happened is it somehow got into the garage and then worked its way into the car, is like we probably need to set some traps in the car. And 2 of my neighbors have also had mice issues. Like we live in like farmland, so there's fields and stuff. So, but anyways, this is what I've been dealing with. So let me read some comments here. Anything mouse can get into its head through, it can pretty much get its body into. Yeah, I've learned a lot. I know a lot about mice. I know how big their litters are. I know how many times a year they can reproduce. Like I know, like if someone came up to me and said mouse trivia, like I would do really well right now on some mouse trivia. So every time caught within minutes of peanut butter. Okay. Well, yeah, the peanut butter's been in there since, I think I probably got in there about 8 o'clock last night. So we're talking 16 hours later with nothing. So maybe it did get out. They can't resist peanut butter. We had one in the living room. Oh no. You left food. So the thing with that is, like, having an 18-month-old, it's very difficult to not have some crumbs. Like, we can try to mitigate it. We can take out the food when we're done, but like, there's just always some kind of a crumb. So have to watch the resistors and the heating system. Yeah, I did get some shredded crap on a car once under the hood. If they can fit their head in, they can get it. Yeah, I did see online that because, like I mentioned how common it is for them to get in through the filter, that some people basically removed the paneling underneath the hood and added like a drain wire that's a very fine metal mesh and sort of tacked it on there. But I opened the hood this morning to look underneath, and like, it's a 2014 Corolla. It's a pretty compact hood. I couldn't see anything obvious as to where an entry point would be. So I don't know. I think the best solution is like keep the traps in the car. That way, if it's in there, hopefully it gets caught. And if it's not in there, then just basically set up the garage as a trap zone. So I had squirrel feasting in car. Happy Wednesday. Hey RH, thank you for the 8 months, man. So yeah, that's what's a little piece of pizza surrounded by a few glue traps will take care of any mice in the garage. Yeah, so that's the, we do have like a pest person for the house, so they're gonna set up their stuff. But yeah, it's leave the car out in the cold for a few nights. That's what we did last night. And it's like here right now, I mean, the high today is 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know the translation offhand into Celsius, but it's at nighttime like well below freezing. So I would think that's not very inviting for someone to want to be inside of. So Liz, happy 2 weeks until Christmas. I cannot believe that it is so close to the end of the year. This year just went by way too fast. Thank you so much for 22 freaking months. Let's do the air horn. Thank you. Okay, so -1 Celsius. Gotcha. Yeah, so that's the high of today. It's cold. It's definitely cold here. So pizza, beer, you'll open a mouth restaurant. My dad left some beers over when they were over last weekend. And I told him I would leave them here till next week. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to drink any of them. But I did tell him last night, like, if I catch the mouse, I'm cracking a beer in celebration. So yeah, they only go by faster. That's what I keep hearing. So, okay, so let's printers, right? We're all here for printers. I know mouse talk is like part of what we do here apparently, but we're going to continue with the Doron Velta build. So far, we've got the frame done. We've got our motors mounted. Last week, I think we finished the rails actually the week before last week, possibly, but last week we got the motors installed, the idlers, the pulleys, and I basically started running the wiring. So today's big thing is getting the toolhead built, assembled, and installed, and then mounting the electronics. Really what's left is mounting bed, toolhead and mounting, and then the electronics. So we've made some really good progress. Of course, I thought we'd be further along than we are, but I don't know why I assume, at this point, I should just assume it'll take forever, and then I won't be surprised when it does actually take forever. So for anyone that hasn't been following along, this build does not have a guide. So we've been basically just using the CAD, and that's been our reference for everything, which has worked pretty well. There has been definitely a couple of question marks, so thank you to anyone in chat that has helped out with posting photos or additional information, because there have been a few stumping stumping points, a few. That's fine, you know what I mean. Iconic, how's it going? Did you win anything on Joel's stream? I didn't actually get a chance to watch his stream, so for anyone that did watch it, I'm sure it was awesome. For anyone that didn't, every single year for as many years as I can remember, Joel does a big charity stream. I think it's usually for the Seattle Children's Hospital, and a ton of manufacturers partake in it and give. It's like a huge like donation stream that's super fun and towards a really good cause. And I know that I like saw at one point there was over 2,000 people watching, so it seems like it did really, really well. But no, I actually didn't get a chance to catch it. I was so busy between Lightburn stuff, mouse stuff, and trying to get a video worked on that I just didn't get a chance to catch it. But I watched it. It was awesome. Yeah, it usually is. I mean, Joel's an awesome person. Like I have known Joel. I first met him at a meetup at Matter Hackers, and so it's been 6.5 years ago or something like that. He's just an awesome dude, and like to do such a big stream for the, like I said, I think it's typically towards the Seattle Children's Hospital, is just a very cool thing. So, and it seemed like there was Neil Patrick Harris who was at the end sick. Yeah, it seemed like there was a ton of guests that actually flew down there physically. I saw, oh gosh, who all did I see? I saw Amy Double D, I saw Luke's Lab, I saw, there's like 8 or 9 other people. Sorry, my brain is pretty scattered. There was a ton of people that was there. So really freaking cool. Got a chance to cash in on the first goal for Polymaker and got some cheaper filament. Nice. Someone donated $1,000. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's so cool. It was over 3,000. That's nuts. I only slept 3 hours as it ended at 6 a.m. Oh man, sorry, Salty. Probably worth it, I would say, but hey, Bearded. Oh yeah, Jason, yeah, sorry. Jason was there, Luke was there, Chris was there. Yeah, that's super cool. After his Broadway show, one person alone donated more than 8,000. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, that's super freaking cool. Okay, so as mentioned, today we're focusing on this guy. So we are going to, I think I can isolate, no, we just want to isolate this section. Yep. So we're going to isolate this section. And we are going to start with all of the heat inserts. So it looks like I need to grab, oh cool, Clicky goes onto there as well. So we're going to need quite a few things. We're going to need fans, so we're going to need to have the top housing. It looks like there's 2 more printed parts I probably need, so let me see if I can find those. We still have a lot of printed parts. Most of it is the skirt and the paneling. So it's still a little tricky for me to find things in this drawer. So we've got 2 printed parts. What else do we need? Is that it? Let's see, so we have a bottom piece, which I just got. We have that top piece, which we just got, and we have this piece. I think that's it. And then we'll need Clicky, we'll need our Hotend, looks like LEDs. Oh, we'll also need, oh crap, you know what I didn't print out? I'm gonna have to print it out really quickly, probably. I didn't print out the diffuser, so let me grab everything else. I think this is it. And then let me see. I always keep a roll of clear PETG somewhere in here, specifically for diffusers. But the question is, where is it in this moment? Is it inside or is it in the garage? So bear with me as I search for a translucent spool. I don't see, this is all colored, this is all opaque, this is all colors, nothing there. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Oh, this is clear. What is this? Voxel PLA Pro. Okay, so we do have a PLA that I can use. I think I typically like to use PETG, but it's probably, what is this? This is translucent as well. Nice. Okay, cool. I got a brand new spool of Voxel PLA's translucent PETG. So yeah, we'll do PETG. Because generally speaking, the raw pellets for PETG are more translucent than, yeah, I'll just show you guys so you can see it. You've got like a yellowish tint. ABS is even worse. ABS natural or whatever is really yellow, but I like to use PETG for diffusers because of how clear it is. So what CAD viewer? So this is Shaper 3D. It's a paid one. It's not super cheap. I thought I was paying less than I was. I think I thought I was paying like $110 a year for it. And I think that was like when I initially signed up 3 years ago, and that was sort of like the, hey, you're welcome to our CAD, here's a discount. And then when they renewed it, because I've just been on auto renew because I use it somewhat often, they put me up on like the latest price. So the last time I paid was January 5th, and I paid, oh yeah, I paid $239. So it's not, I mean, it's all like dependent on if you're using it professionally. Like CAD software in general, like paid CAD software is very expensive. So $239 a year is quite cheap, but if you compare it to like obviously free options that are out there, like Fusion for hobbyist license, which is free, you've got FreeCAD, you've got oh gosh, what's the one that's like browser based? But I really like Shaper 3D, so I've been paying for it. But yeah, if I go, my initial payment, which was back in 2021, okay, so 167 was the original price. So it went up for me from 167 to 2 whatever. Onshape, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yep. So yeah, but just, I mean, look at the difference, right? So this is like a natural non-colored PLA, and this is a natural non-colored PETG. The PETG just, it's because the the raw pellets, they're just more translucent. They're clear, while you've got more of a yellow. And I don't think I have a natural ABS. I might somewhere. I know I've definitely purchased one or ordered one at some point. I just couldn't tell you what it is. It's even more yellow than this. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I don't think I actually have, oh no, it's obviously plugged in, the light's on. So let's go ahead and take out this tray. Been playing around with these cryo grip plates. If anyone saw the video this week, I've been testing them for quite a long time. It's funny, I did a lot of testing on these things, and there's still a lot of questions that I didn't address in the video. And it's always so difficult, right? Like, I want the videos to be as thorough as possible, but there's also only so much time that I can spend on a video. So, but yeah, I've been using these plates quite a bit, and overall I've been really happy with them. So we'll see how it does. I've done a lot of PLA printing on them, and they've done awesome for that. PETG has been pretty good, but this is the Glacier plate, which isn't as strong as the Frostbite plate. So I'll have to have the temperature probably pretty close to what I would normally print PETG with. So let's go ahead and shove this back through here. Yeah, if I get these going right now, then by the time we actually need it, it'll be done, which is good. It's at least it's a small print. It's one that I'm like, ah, I forgot it, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and pop this into here. There we go. And feed this in. Okay, where did I put the, there we go. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Naturally, ABS is milky too. Yeah, ABS has got even more of a, like the PLA has got definitely a yellowish tint to it, but ABS is even more so. I don't really like natural ABS. I mean, I've seen a few people that have built printers with it. I think that's maybe what Vector 3D used for, was it the Mendel he built a couple years ago? And it did look cool for that, but like, I think it looks cool in its own right, but I don't think it looks cool for, like, if you're going for translucent, there's definitely better options out there. So let's go ahead and see if we have got, so I think it's under corners. It doesn't look like it is. Electronics extruders? No. I thought it was under bed mount, belt tensioner, end stop mount, foot plate, belt corner. No, it's definitely not there. Middle, bottom, these are just the covers. It wasn't under there. Doron Delta logo, Doron Velta. Why am I not seeing it? Is it the same? Let me see here. Here it is. Can I isolate further? I can't. So let's just do this. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'll just do this, share, export. You guys can't really see what I'm doing, but that's just exporting. So 3D models, we'll do 3MF file. And we'll call this light diffuser. That's not how you spell diffuser. Nope, that isn't diffuser. 2 S's? Nope, why am I spelling this wrong? Diffuser. All right, guys. Diffuser, there we go. All right, clear. Export. Orca, X1 carbon, device. So we just loaded in, we'll just call it generic PTG. Cool. Resync, yes. And I'll print out 2 of them. I noticed that when I print out one, can we lay you flat? Automatic, there we go. It's not straight, but that's okay. Oops. Control C, Control V, there we go. Okay. hopefully that'll work enough. Might even move them a little bit further apart just so that way there's a little bit of cooling time. And then we're gonna apply, we want this to be PETG, PETG, and then generally we want it to print solid. So I'm just gonna do like, I think 4 walls, and if I do 5 and 5, that's probably gonna be solid. I don't know why. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I feel like there's a setting for that. Does anyone know the setting to... Hey, Carl! I feel like there's a setting, extra top, bottom shell. I feel like there's a setting to not have it do that. I'm almost tempted to see if we do do I have a clear profile? The trick is to go really slow, 2 walls, and line up the infill. I don't usually do that with it. I mean, I've done this one before, and I know that like slow does make it more clear, but generally for these diffusers, like I've been happy with just the standard. I've been happy with the standard, just kind of how it comes out. We can try that top surface pattern, rectilinear. Nope, that didn't change it. You know what? It's not going to matter. What am I saying? Because this is the only part that's going to be visible, so that doesn't actually matter. I'm thinking too much into this, so let's just print it. PTG, X1 carbon, bed leveling. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's only the only little bit's going to show through. If the whole thing was going to display, it would look weird. It'd probably see something with the lines being different there, but because this will be hidden behind a light block, it's not going to actually matter. So let me make sure I have the bed set fine. Yeah, textured. Yeah, cool. Okay. So I will move forward with that. And the first thing we're gonna have to do is just a bunch of heat inserts. So, hey, how's it going? Nice. You missed my whole rant about the mouse we're dealing with that was in our car. But yeah, for anyone that does want to print clear, I know Stefan did a video on it. I couldn't. I have a really hard time gauging time. Yeah. And so, but he did do a video on it and showed, I think he used basically the example on printables as his reference and kind of experimented a bit more with it. But there's a profile and some info on how to get a print as clear as possible, which is what Phil was referencing. Okay, so let's go back to one isolated view. Those are bolts going through. So I know I need heat inserts in, if I just go here. Okay, so we know we need heat inserts there. We know we need, it looks like, heat inserts. Let me see if I click on this guy. Why is it not disappearing? Oh, it is, partially. Nice! Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Cheers. You know what? I think that it's a new month. I probably have some too. So let me do 5 as well right now. It's going to be... Is it here? Membership gifting. Yes. Yeah, I'll do 5 right now. I'm going to do 5 on a later stream. There we go. All right, so Clicky PCB. Disable view. It doesn't seem to want to do it. Why? I don't understand. But it looks like, regardless, if we're looking through here, those are clearly heat inserts. So Those are going to be small heat inserts. So, all right, let's go ahead and start with the bigger ones. Matt with the gifted membership too. Thanks, man. Let's do again. All right, so we'll start with the big ones. And it looks like we're doing 1, 2, yeah, so just all sides. And this is kind of a tight. It's not quite as, it's not fitting in like I would like it to. Let's see if it kind of corrects itself once I start pushing. It's definitely not as clean as I would like. So I got it in pretty flush with the surface here. It's in pretty clean with the surface, but if I look at the back, like the trap, it pushed in, I don't know how well you can see that. It pushed in quite a bit of material. You can kind of see it right there, which is odd. It must be the direction it's printed, because the rest of the heat insert holes have been much better. So I'm wondering if I should try to ream. Does anybody know offhand what the correct diameter is you typically want for these? Let me measure how wide they are. I think it's like 5 millimeter outside. That seems for square nuts. It doesn't look like it. Like, I mean, maybe it's an option. Maybe they have that as an option, but like looking at the CAD, the heat insert does go out into that hole. So maybe they give you an option for either or, and that's what that is. But yeah, looking at the CAD, like the heat insert does press into that cavity. It pushed material out, which I don't generally like. But yeah, if I measure this, I want to say, okay, yeah, it's exactly 5 millimeters. So I don't have I can't ream it out. If I ream it out at 5 millimeters, the heat inserts won't grab on anything. So we're just going to continue and hope for the best, I suppose. Which is kind of the theme of what we do. Yeah, it's definitely not super clean. Oh, that went in crooked.
Food grade diatomaceous earth put around edges of garage can help prevent and kill mice, but safe for humans and dogs.
Lisa, thank you for the $4.99. Food grade I can't say that. Earth put around edges of garage can help prevent and kill mice, but safe for humans and dogs. Okay, that is good to know, because that is definitely a concern. Like I mentioned in the car, we're just using like your traditional traps. I think I mentioned that. But for the garage, like the dogs do go in there somewhat often. And Jackson definitely is in the garage quite a bit. So safe is certainly important. Just arrived early, got the first and oh wait, first ad? I don't have ads running on this. Live streaming. Now would be a good time to insert an ad. Creators adopting automated mid-roll. Yeah, I don't have ads on. It's a mouse. It's a mouse, nice. It got in through the cabin air filter. Yeah, I can show you guys. Let me show you guys my back panel here. So it has a notification like creators adopting live automated mid-roll ads saw an average of 20% uplift in ad revenue. Turn on. So or you can't see that actually, can you? Where is my camera? There we go. Let me turn this off. Yeah, it's off. So I don't know how or why you would. I've been using the same settings without any ads because, you know, what I mentioned. So I mentioned earlier that the mouse had tried like basically crawling up into Jackson's car seat because when I removed it, so our car seat like detaches from a base that permanently stays mounted and then can go onto the stroller, which is really nice for taking them in and out. And when I removed the car seat, a ton of foam fell out, like shavings, right? Like it snowed foam. So one, for sanitation, I don't know what's inside the car seat now. And two, for the integrity of, you know, the safety rating of the car seat, I actually got a new car seat completely. I didn't want to risk it. There's a lot of things that I'll chance, but when it comes to, you know, Jack and his safety, it's not one of them. So yeah, I still have the other car seat. It's currently sitting outside, but I'm replacing all of it. So yeah, I didn't see any. Sorry, it takes a lot of focus because I'm kind of creating the hole for this since it's not going in super clean. I think it's gonna all work out fine though, but yeah, so I don't trust I just got an ad on my part. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Nice. I haven't enabled them since I said I wasn't going to. You know, I don't know how long it's been now, but it's probably been at least a month or so. So I don't know why it was going for the foam. The only thing I could think of is maybe there was crumbs inside of the car seat, or I know that from what I've seen, like mice will, in my research on, hold on. Oh man, this is kind of nerve-wracking. Okay. In my research on mice last night, I did see a few instances of people that had their actual chairs chewed on, like the foam of their, you know, their driver or passenger chair. So I think that it's either was looking for crumbs or it was taking the foam pieces to build a nest. A lot of the examples I saw last night, there was actual like mice nests in people's air filter because the air filter is like nice and soft and squishy and like a nice little bed. So that's the only thing I can think of. So, nice, man. Okay, one last one. Yeah, these are all pretty blown out. So I don't know, like I mentioned, if it's something from I didn't have enough cooling going for these overhang holes or what, but everything else, knock on wood, has been fine. It's just these ones that are clearly too tight. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine though. Yeah, let me show. They're not the prettiest because around them has some plastic, but I think as far as functionality, they'll work. Get you a cat. I've been wanting a cat for a really long time, but we got 2 dogs, with one of them being fairly aggressive, so it's just not in the cards right now, but I would love a kitty. All right, so let's see if we can isolate this section. So let's turn off isolation view. Let's isolate this. Okay, this doesn't show the heat inserts. I have to assume these are going to be heat inserts up top here. I think that's all of it. I think that's it. Those are probably heat inserts as well. It's just like the Dragon. So I'd say, yeah, heat inserts on the bottom. Those are just bolts, and then heat inserts on top. That should be it. Do we do heat? Actually, yeah, no, those are just bolts. So I think that's it. I think that's it for heat inserts, just the top and bottom on this one. Google CEO wants their ivory back scratcher. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Because yeah, if you're getting ads and I have them off, I'm not getting any of the ad revenue. So that's just that's what Phil said. Google's getting his ivory back scratcher. Yeah, these fit much better. So these ones drop in exactly like I would expect. But these were printed horizontally and not vertically, so cool. Our little clear diffusers just finished printing. I love my cats. I have one next to me and two sitting behind me. Yeah, I really like cats. So my backstory on animals is we had a golden retriever named Björn when I was born, and we had that dog till I think I don't know, I'm gonna say anywhere between 8 and 10 approximately when he passed away. Just old age, like really bad. I think it was mostly just really bad hips and joints. And then we got a cat, Sabrina, my baby. We were leaving a Stater Brothers, and there was a family, you know, with cats outside with a box of cats that looked pretty sad, man. They had like fleas and just were not in good shape. And I was, you know, looking at them and picked one up and really wanted it. And my mom, if I'm recalling the story right, my mom said my dad really didn't want a cat. And so I think that she tried calling him. And I don't remember if back then it would have been like cell phone or payphone. It might have been payphone, honestly. But I think my dad didn't answer maybe. And so I'm pretty sure we just took the cat home. I don't remember exactly, but we, you know, got it back to good health. And man, I had that cat for it's either 16 or 17 years. I love that cat. If you go to my old YouTube videos, which, warning, they're quite awful, from when I was maybe 19, I think I started making some videos like, you know, when I was 19. I'm 32 now. There's a lot of videos with a big cat sitting on my bed in the background, and that's Sabrina. So we had that cat, and then my mom got another cat named Misty that also lived to be, I want to say 14 or 15 years old. So they had really long, good lives. So yeah, I had cats for a lot of my life. And then I got Delilah, who's now like 12, I think. When I was, yeah, got her when I was 20. So she'd be 12 now. But Erin's never had cats. So she's not as much of a cat person. And like, from an outside perspective, like if you've been a dog person and only exposed to dogs, I can understand thinking like cats are kind of weird and seem kind of mean because, well, cats are kind of weird and they do seem kind of mean depending on the cat, but a lot of them can, even my Sabrina, like she jacked me up pretty good a few times. But I am a huge night person and cats are fairly active at night. And so, man, just like being up working on videos or projects late at night and having my kitty cat sit next to me, I definitely miss having a cat. And then talking to Steve, and you know, before we had Charlie and now his two new kitties, just like, I want some kitty cat. Don't pet a cat's tummy. Yeah, Sabrina had the softest white belly, but the more you pet it, the more you're likely to get scratched and bit, but you kind of had to go in for it sometimes. But yeah, I would definitely love a cat. It's partially, we do have, Monkey's an aggressive dog, and I mean, he's tried to basically kill my brother's much larger German Shepherd. So there is an actual legitimate reason why we probably shouldn't get one till after Monkey, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're good on heat inserts, except for we have to do 3 really small ones. These are like 2.5 millimeter. They're probably going to be in the Clicky PCB kit. But for this, we've got heat inserts on the side, which will be for the arms. I don't see anything on the bottom. I don't see anything on the top. These look like bolts. Then this piece, we've got our fitting for the Bowden tube. We've got our heat inserts up top. We've got our heat inserts on the bottom. And I'm almost positive that these side ones are just for bolts to go through. So I think we're good on this. And then looking at this one, these just look like they would be bolt holes to me and not heat insert holes. So I think we're good. I'm gonna unplug this. For the 2.5mm ones, I'm just gonna use my Pine-Sol with a needle tip. I don't know that I even have a 2.5mm like attachment for the stealth press, so we'll just take this guy and then let me find our Clicky PCB. I think it came in a small box. Hey, Hobo! Let me get caught up on chat too and have a sip of my tea. My dog catches mice. Yeah, Aaron had the idea of leashing up Monkey and just letting him go in the car. And I honestly wasn't against the idea. I was like, that's not the worst idea I've had, you know, after thinking about what we should do. But I figured like, one, you probably wouldn't be able to get it. Two, would probably just scurry into a vent or a hole or something like that. And three, I also was concerned with him getting bit. Like, you never know if a mouse has some kind of a disease or something like that. So yeah, I had one cat before, but definitely a dog person. Yeah, I like both. They're very different. I mean, so different, but I definitely see the pros and cons of both. My Bean is super cuddly when she's in the mood, but if she's grumpy, she'll let you know, yep, that sounds like a cat. Dog or cat, as long as there's fur, I'm happy. Yeah, my cat is only good for catching long dead birds and moths. Though she has excellent record with killing roaches. That's a perk. My male cat loves belly rubs. He'll lie down and stretches out over every day when I get home, waiting for belly rubs. Yeah, I can remember our cats doing that too. Like they do like the side stretch and like, man, you're really long. Beagles, oh, beagles are so cute. My mom would love to get a dog, but my parents are both retired and like trying to, I think, minimize added responsibility. So I believe the story is my dad's not super crazy about getting a dog just because of, all the added responsibility. It is a lot, but I believe that a beagle is one of the breeds that my mom is interested in. Okay. There's like a movie that I watched as a kid with my mom that featured a beagle, if I'm not mistaken. So my mom's kind of always had her eyes on a beagle. Okay, I don't see Clicky PCB. I know it's here. I think it came in its own little box, so let's see. It's probably this guy. Yep, here it is. Okay. My daughter wants a cat, but everyone in the house is allergic except her. Oh man, I'm very allergic to most animals, including dogs. So, our dogs get love from me, but somewhat sparingly. I have to remember to wash my hands after, and like, there's a lot. I do a lot of petting with my sock. And the cats, my allergies were always awful growing up, but like, I mean, miserable. Like, it was really bad, but I just loved our cats so much that I was like, well, it's the price I gotta pay. But this last season, I don't think we'll need that extra one I just dropped, but here we go. This past season, my allergies were so bad from just seasonal allergies that the doctor recommended just an over-the-counter nasal spray, and boy, it made a world of difference. So I'm wondering if it would also, like, I mean, I would probably have to take it every single day, but I wonder if it would also help with cat allergies. Okay, let's pull this plate out really quick here. So one of them has a little bit of crap on it. Let's see if we can focus. There's a little bit of black residue on it from probably the previous filament that was in there. So we'll use this one, but it really won't matter because even with that little bit, it's autofocus. Even with that little bit of crud, because it's going to be hidden, it shouldn't really affect much, but we'll use the better of the two. Yeah, the adhesive for PTG on this plate is not bad, but it's definitely not nearly as strong as the Frostbite version. The Frostbite version has aggressive adhesion. Okay, so we've got this. I'm going to probably turn off autofocus for this one because it's going to just want to focus on my hand. There we go. Okay, let's heat this up. And then I'm also going to use this guy to press them in. Move equals cats and dogs. Wait, move equals cats and dogs? Snoopy is a beagle. It's not Snoopy that I'm thinking of. I think it was called... Hold on. Don't fall. Wait, I'm not thinking of a beagle, actually. I don't think... Wait, hold on. Wishbone. Is this the movie? Oops. Nope. That came up with something weird. Yeah, okay. This is it. This is the... We had it on VHS. Wishbone. That's not a beagle. Beagles have... What kind of dog is this? This is like a terrier, right? What is this? Jack Russell. Okay. So my mom likes Jack Russells, but maybe I'm the one that likes beagles a lot. They have longer ears, right? Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, I like beagles. I think my mom also likes beagles. Yeah, super cute. Yeah, once I pulled up, it's been a lot of years since I've seen Wishbone, but once I pulled it up, I was like, that doesn't look like what I picture a beagle looking like. Okay, let's insert this into place first. There we go. These go in so quickly. Okay, I don't actually need to press them in. They just stopped right where it was supposed to. Okay. Don't burn yourself. Okay. That one's at a slight angle, actually. There we go. Okay. All right. Beagles are loud. Yeah, they are adorable. I love their ears, man, and their colors. They're really. I'm an animal person, man. I really like. I mean, all animals. Honestly, most everyone here knows this, but like I work for Lightburn. That's my 9 to 5, and it is definitely like one of my favorite jobs. But my favorite job ever was actually my second job, which was working at PetSmart. Pay was awful, and there was a lot of crap to deal with, sort of. But man, like just all the cool animals people would bring in, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I always said like if they would pay like 5 times as much, I could stay here forever. But it was super minimum wage. We have a Cocker Spaniel. He's crazy but affectionate with my kids. Okay, so we've got all of our heat inserts done. I don't actually know what the best order of operation is for assembling this. I'm gonna assume it's been a while since I've assembled Dragon Burner, but I'm gonna pull that up and assume that it is going to be a similar workflow. Was there even a guide for this? CAD, STLs, images. Thought there was. Assembly. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a fairly, I mean, it's a different Hotend, but it's somewhat similar. So we'll probably do a relatively similar thing, except we're not doing the extruder on top because we're doing a Bowden extruder. So heat inserts are different because we're not doing it like that. Okay, let's see LEDs. Here's the LEDs. I can probably turn, let's leave autofocus off still for a little bit. Hey Steve, happy Wednesday. Okay, so this seems like a lot of wire, but I don't think there's a board for the toolhead. So maybe this makes sense. So how the heck? Okay, so I'm gonna assume that this one just slots into here, like, no, probably the other way. No, it has to go like this, right? I don't think there's any pictures. Let me see, if I back out of this view, I don't think it shows the LEDs installed, does it? Or maybe it does. Okay, so it does show the LED installed, but what I don't know, the wires have to go out the bottom. So like, there's no way for the wires to go out this side. It's closed there, so the wires must come out here. I just don't know where they route after that. So we'll just start by slotting this into here, or maybe it needs to go sideways like this. No, I don't think that'll... God, I wish I knew the direction this was supposed to go in. Is there any pictures anywhere? These are probably just of the whole machine. Yeah. I thought they had a wiring, let's see. Limit switch, sequence, Velta, introduction, safety guide, wiring. Nope, not a lot of info. I don't know if it's so I think ideally the LED or the wiring should be facing this direction, like the way I have it, but I can't tell if the connector is what's blocking me from being able to install it, or if it's not, if it's something else. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Oh, come on, baby. It's like right there, but not perfectly. Oh, that did it, I think. Okay, that seems good enough. Okay, hopefully that works. So that LED looks like it's seated fine. It just took a little force to get it in place. Yeah, how was Smurf? For anyone that was there, is anyone in chat that was at Smurf? I totally forgot that Smurf also happened this last weekend, or this last weekend. Okay, so that seems good. I have no idea where the wires are supposed to go from here though, so we'll start with just leaving that like this. And then let's go ahead and assemble the Clicky PCBs and get the base of that mounted on. I found it a little small, to be honest. Okay, so one of my coworkers went, and he had mentioned that there was really bad weather and that the storm prevented some people from making the trip. So I don't know how much of that is the case, but he did say that. So I wonder if that's part of it. Let me see here. If we go Clicky PCB. Isn't there a GitHub for the Clicky PCB? GitHub. Is there not? It doesn't look like there is. I don't remember. On some of the Clickies, you kind of want one of the magnet's directions inverted, so that way it can only snap on in one way. I don't think that's the case with Clicky PCB. Oh, GitHub. Let's see. Here we go. Printed parts. If you have another Clicky, let's see. PCB Clicky uses a hybrid PCB. The plastic parts serve as a nut and a screw with the PCB sandwich between the magnets. Print apart, modify PCB, fit your proper voltage. So there's a solder jumper. I'm assuming we don't need to do that for this, but I should check. So there's no solder on the jumper. If you're operating 24 volts and setting the signal back, 24 volts open. Okay, so it's at 24 volts right now. So if we need 5 volts, we'll have to change that. Make sure to keep your polarities in order. I used a dissimilar orientation on the odd side of the boards. Is it in the following? Okay, yeah, so it does recommend doing that then. Yeah, I did. It's actually on the Voron 2.4, Phil, but it's been, what, probably a year and a half, so I don't remember. There's so many. We've done it before on stream, but there's a lot of times where I have to watch my own videos to refresh my memory on certain things. So, okay. You only need that if you're going to run 24 volts too. Yeah. I think, well, no, it looks like we are running 24 volts, right? It looks like 24 volts is open, so I think that's fine. You only have to change it if you're running, it looks like 5 volts. We also need a really small Phillips head. Should have one somewhere. Is this too small? Might be too small. Flathead. Flathead, this one might work though. Yeah, this will work. Okay. Wait, so let's do this so that way I can get my polarities right. Let's use this magnet. I'm going to use this magnet as our baseline. Okay, so this one doesn't want to attract to that, so we're going to... No, it does want to attract. Okay, so if it does attract to it, then we'll use it on the 2 side, and then we'll find one that doesn't attract and we'll use it on the other side. If you're running 5 volt, it still works fine if you don't bridge the pads. Wait, flip it, connector goes in the holes. Oh! Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I was doing it wrong. The JST needs to go downward. Appreciate it, that makes a lot of sense. Also, for the sake of clearance, it wouldn't work. I would have figured it out eventually, Delmar, but I'm glad you said something, because I would have figured it out later than I would have liked. Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. That one's in. Ignore me, Dan. I soldered mine and ran 5 volts through. Okay, cool. Yeah, based off what the... Okay, so this one doesn't want to attract, so we'll use this one on the single side. Based off what the GitHub says, it looks like 24 volts requires no soldering, and then it looks like 5 volts or 3.3 you want to solder the jumper. So I don't know what this is using, but I would assume that they wouldn't require in a kit you to solder, so we'll hope that they just did it correctly. Okay, and then one more. Cool, this is the right one. All right. I'd also Loctite the screws that is coming from experience. Okay, I can do that. That's fine, yeah. We've got Loctite. I haven't had issues on the 2.4, but I mean, we're doing this right now, so might as well add a little Loctite if you're saying it's a good idea. There we go. So I'll take the other 2 out. Let me just get the one in first. Nope. Great. All right, let's try that again. How bad was the weather for anyone, like GPs at Smurf? Because, yeah, he'd mentioned my coworker that there was like a big storm advisory and that a lot of the trains were canceled and stuff like that. Well, most of the Loctite's ending up on my fingers, so that's fun, but... Oh, dude, they're so freaking small. Let's see. Okay, let's not cross thread. All right, we did it. Now I just got to undo 2 more and do it again. How does the other side attach? That I don't remember, because I can't, 1 second here, get this in my hand. There we go. Is there a printed block that it goes onto? That's usually how it is, right? Yeah, there's usually a printed block. I'm gonna have to clean this up after I got quite a bit of Loctite on the PCB. Should have a printed shroud for it. Okay. I wonder if I didn't print it, but we'll see. It's not that crucial, I suppose, for right this second. Okay. Okay, that seems plenty tight. Let me grab, you know what? I've got a microfiber. Just use this. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I printed. I feel like I would have seen the block when I was looking through here, but who knows? That looks like it's probably something for the Hotend. Let's put this up here. Yeah, I don't see that block, so I might have to print that out later on, which isn't a big deal. We don't need it right this second since it doesn't, it like comes on and goes off regardless. But yeah, this to me looks like it's probably an adapter for this. So, okay, let's move forward here. If we're looking at the, like I mentioned, I don't know the wiring path because it is quite different than the Dragon Burner, although there's definitely some similarities, because this is going to go up here. Oops, it's going to slide in from the bottom here. Oops, you can't see what I'm showing, can you? The second LED is going to slide into here, and then there's this little like diffuser that will, one, keep the transparent or translucent piece in place, but also secure the LED. I just don't know the best path to get these up there, so we're going to leave that for right now. And I think the next thing is probably fans. Insert the fans. Okay, so these are just press fit. That's right. Are they press fit on here as well? I came from Wales. Wasn't too bad on this. Okay, on the Saturday morning. Gotcha. If you say all right, you have to say it 3 times. All right, all right, all right. There you go. Okay. So, what are these for? These are clearly, these holes are clearly for standoffs. I don't see any sort of I don't fully get it. The CAD doesn't actually look like it even has those holes. If I isolate this part, thought I just isolated it. What happened? Okay, no, it does have those holes. And the fan's gonna block them. So those holes must be for securing this block. That's gotta be it. So yeah, okay. So it's for this guy. Wait, there's a Cranefly repo? You're just telling me now, Delmar? That'll be very helpful. Thank you. I should have probably just assumed that, but... Oh, God. You legend. Thank you. All right, here we go. So we did those heat inserts. We did those. We had more heat inserts than that on top, but that's fine. We did those heat inserts. What is that? I don't... Oh, that's Clicky. Okay, so this is the one we need to do heat inserts for still. This is what's gonna secure the hot end to it. We're learning. This is super helpful. Thank you, Delmar. Looks like theirs is a little modded. Yeah, but this is still very, very freaking helpful. I was going in pretty blind, and I know that it's got a lot of similarities with the Dragon Burner, but it's different enough that it does deserve its own repo, so I'm glad to see it has one. Okay. These look wider, so hopefully we won't have an issue. Yeah, these are gonna go on easy. Easy peasy. Okay, that looks good. Anybody got any fun plans for the holidays? I keep forgetting that it's nearly holiday. Like, it's almost Christmas and New Year's. So growing up, my family always had a real Christmas tree. I think a lot of times we would just get it from like Home Depot or Lowe's, and then a couple years we went out to like a tree farm and, you know, picked a tree and sawed it down. But it's something I've carried on since Aaron and me have moved out in our apartments and such. We've always had I think every single year, a Christmas tree. So we did get a Christmas tree on Sunday. We just went to Home Depot. Maybe next year we'll try to find like a tree farm or something like that. But it was the coldest it's ever been when getting a Christmas tree. It was, that's okay. Dinged the part, but it won't be visible. It was freezing. It was like very, very, very light flurrying of snow. So each tree was covered in a small layer of snow, and I lost my snowboard gloves, and I don't actually have any gloves, which is silly considering we've been here for our third winter. So each tree that I grabbed to like check it out and spin it, my hands were just, it was kind of miserable, but you know, it was still a lot of fun. Okay, those are in. I think that's it. Let's just quickly scroll to make sure there's nothing else I missed. Seems fine. Okay, so hopefully we're done with heat inserts for at least now. Eat and drink plenty. Nice, that sounds like a solid plan. Hey, Dr. Dave's, just tuning in, teleworking today and had some time to drop in. Love seeing things live, look good. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been going pretty well. I mean, not having a guide to build something is a little tricky for sure. And then also trying to multitask, which, you know, everyone here knows I'm a squirrel, is also a bit tricky, but it's been coming along nicely. Delmar just sent me the repo for Cranefly, which is a huge help because I thought we were just going to have to go based off CAD, and I had a lot of questions. So I hope you're doing well. Smash the like button. Yes, if you have not hit the like button, please do so. What are we at? Do we have, we got 55 likes, 138 people. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Not probing right below the nozzle is so not ideal on deltas. Yeah, I think that I think the zombie tried using the Easy Peasy, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, from E3D, and this machine just isn't rigid enough because of how much of the frame kind of consists of printed parts. I believe it's mostly a frame issue, but it might be related to the bed as well. I don't remember. He definitely experimented with it though. My plans for the holiday: working on my master's. Nice. That sounds stressful, but also that means good things are right around the corner. I'm building a 2.4 Doom Cubish printer, then waiting for the CNC monolith gantry. Is there any info on when that's coming out, GPs? because I do want to install the CNC monolith, and I'm gonna very likely have PCB cut it, or PCBWay cut it out. So no plans as such, but you have reminded me I need to get a present posted to someone. That's what I'm here for. Hopefully I'll have time to enclose my printer. Nice. Hey Viper. So impressed at streamers who can multitask and make things actually work. Yeah, I do it somewhat poorly, but you know, I think that for do not fit the fan at this stage. I think that for a lot of people, they've kind of expect that from these streams, so it's fine. Okay, so for this side, it's saying that the wires are going to be fitted through here, but don't put the fan in yet, and that's because we are going to be doing the hot end mounting first. So let's do that. I don't know, is there any information about orientation of the hot end? Doesn't look like it. So, okay. So this is what we're bolting our hot end to. So our hot end is just kind of like, if I remember correctly, a knockoff. It's like a V6 meets bamboo type thing. And I don't remember how you remove this. Is it just, I think we have to remove the screws on the top of this, and then we should be able to clamp the groove mount and probably pull that off. So let's start with that. There's one bolt here and there's one bolt here. So let's get, it's maybe a 2mm driver. Let's see. No, it's a baby. It's a 1.5. 1.5. Hopefully, I'm going to be building the rat rig. Oh, nice. By Cat Alone. Oh, geez. Good luck, dude. Are you doing? You're not on stream too? There's a PEC. There is a PEC mounting option. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. Can you link that in the live stream? Because that could be something. I don't think I'd print it out, but that's another thing that would be fun to have PCBWay print out. I know someone using a nozzle probe on the Velta. How we doing? Hey, what's up, Precursor? We're doing pretty good, man. It's actually fun because I'm doing it in Enterprise, not in my university, so it's more chill and super interesting. That's good, at least. But sure will get really stressful towards the end. Well, sending all of the good vibes and positivity your way, man. I hope you're able to get it done and, you know, kick some butt. So it's really exciting. Is anyone upside down in a printer right now while watching? Okay, so yeah, just those two screws were actually, that's all that was holding it on. I was assuming there was more to it, but not the case. So that is free. What I don't know, so this is going to slide in, this just kind of dovetails in like that, I think. So what I don't know is, as far as wires go on this, like how, oh God, please come out. There we go. I don't know the orientation we want to mount this. Like, wires towards the back seems less than ideal. We could do wires towards the side, which could work, but kind of looks funky. Do we do wires straight forward and then just pull it up the side? I'm almost thinking that might be the best way. What do we think? Wires like this, like facing, I mean, it would be, I guess it would be facing towards the back if we're talking about the housing, but it kind of seems like that makes the most sense to me. And I'm thinking the wires are probably, you know what? We could do wires towards the back, because it looks to me like the wires are going to be going up the back right side of this. And so if we did it towards the, like this direction, they'd have to pull, I mean, that could still work fine. I'm torn. I don't know. I definitely think the options are either going to be facing this way or facing this way. Is the groove in the top for wires? Groove in the top? Oh, this guy. That is a great question. Maybe you're right, because the fan wire is going through there and then come up through there. If that's the case, I don't think it really matters which direction. You're probably right. That probably is where all the wires are going to come out through the top right there. So if that's the case, I don't think it really matters. I think we're just going to... I mean, the nozzle's like basically centered on this, so I think we'll do wires this way, like facing towards the back of the housing. Honestly, the printer is small enough. I found it better just to do the basic delta calibration and Z offset manually. I'd 200% recommend using PEC with delta. It does the delta calibration using the probe, so you should have no offset next to a wide accurate probe. Also saw the archetype. Oh, Mignir, yeah, it's Smurf made by, it looked nice. That's awesome. I'm probably going to be helping my wife set up for a new office, 5 to 6 offices worth of, holy crap, but office equipment. Hopefully this is the last time she moves for the next 5 years. Fingers crossed. Moving is not fun. I think that they call that Hotend the small, oh, the sailfish. Okay. Just sent you a link on Discord. Awesome. That's where the wires come out. Okay, so yeah, we'll mount it like this, with it towards the back. If I can. Yep, that looks like it'll work fine, so. Okay, is there bolts in here? There sure is. This is probably a 1.5 as well. Man, really small screws. Yeah, it is. So let's pop this through like that. I'm just gonna put the first one in a little bit so that way everything's kind of lined up. There we go. Probably do a little bit more than that. It's tricky to find the screw. There we go. I think I got it. Yep. Okay, so that's how the next one's going in. Okay. Anyone lucky enough to win something on 3D Printing Nerd stream last night? I was like 0 for 37. Someone said that Shammy won, which is exciting. I know Shammy hasn't been in the streams in a bit, but that's super exciting. I mean, he's an awesome member of the community. But yeah, I don't know of anyone else that has won anything. I haven't seen anybody. Somebody mentioned that they got to take advantage of the Polymaker deal that was going on, which is super cool. Okay. So that's in. So now this should just dovetail in like this. Oops, I went a little bit too far, I think. It's weird, it's not lining up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's lined up perfectly now. All right, what are we using for the sides to bolt this in place? Hotend mount. Using 4 M3x6 button head screws, attach the Hotend mount to the cage on both sides. So M3x6 button heads. See if the kit came with that or if it's gonna have us use M3/8s. M3/6 button heads, nice. I won 2 spools of ABS. Oh, sick. And a discount coupon, I think. Nice. I still haven't gotten any LDO ABS to play around with. When I was at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest, Robico had sample spools, but they were like, so many people wanted them. I don't think I even grabbed one for myself. They kind of flew off the shelf, so to speak. Okay. I have one self-source and was pretty much the only working Delta at Smurf. Oh, cool. You were at Smurf? Nice. Are you based out of the UK then? Or did you travel in? This is a pretty thin wall that these screws are going through, so I, of course, want them to be snug, but I am not doing more than just a little hand tighten on them. I do not want to crack this part. Okay. So one thing I'm confused about now is how in the heck am I going to get the fan wires? It said don't install the fan yet, and there's clearly a pathway here, but that pathway appears to be blocked now. The wires might fit through. Maybe I have to cut off the, or maybe not cut off, but depin this. That's probably what it's gonna be. Yeah, let's depin. Oh man, struggle with me and depinning. Let's try to depin this JST and see if I can get it to slot through.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 420 happy holidays. Cheers. It doesn't show up for some reason. Oops. For some reason it doesn't show up in the chat. Well, thank you so much, whoever you are, Anonymous. Okay. Yeah, I'm just right now going and depinning one of our clear cooling fans, at least attempting to depin. We talked about this last time that I needed to get a tool. Somebody linked me to a tool. Was it you, Phil? I feel like somebody sent me it. I just saw it like 24 hours ago. But like I mentioned, there's been so much stuff. I feel like I'm always juggling a million things in my head, and I'm a squirrel on and off stream, so like that's what I'm dealing with all day long, but it's me. Come on, buddy. So the very end of it is still bent up. Oh, dude. A lot of times with these, I've mentioned it before too, but I'm like, I should just cut it and re-crimp it. It's so much quicker for me than trying to save a pin. Dude. The first one wasn't awful, but the second one is kicking my butt. There we go. Yes. Yes. Steve, I feel like Steve showed me his before too. I just need to stop making excuses and get the dang tool. So will this fit through here is my question. It looks like it will, but will I be able to get it to come up? There's a little bit of crud in here too, like a couple of strings from where it bridged. So let me see if I can trim that. That's probably not helping my wire find its way. Scrape it off a little bit. Well, what I can do is actually just try from this side and see. Yeah, that's not fitting. So I think it would be fine. So I think it would be fine if I pulled the wire through. Maybe that's what the instructions are intending. So let's loosen this, slide it a hair so I can get the wires through, and then tighten this down. So the wires seem like they'll fit through. It's just the pin that's a hair too large. Hey, Benny. I gotta get out of here. Have a good one. Happy holidays. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Printing Press. Happy holidays, man. Yeah, we'll just move this a little bit. Have we pooped plastic yet? No, we have not pooped plastic yet. We have not. Read down on the Git. Which part, Delmar? Unless Daniel eats some plastic. Oh, what part is it, Delmar? Also, what time is it? It's 1:36. I'm gonna open the giveaway in 24 minutes. It just has some info. Okay, gotcha. I am very curious about, because it seems like this blocks. It seems like this blocks just about everything. So I almost feel like all of our wires need to be at least semi-routed before we slot this into place. Like, we can't obviously tighten the fans down or like slot them in because these screws have to go in first, but I think we need to position our wires in advance. So let's see if we can do that. It's a little annoyed now because I didn't have to actually depin it based off what we're doing. Okay, so let's... Yeah, I'm not even sure, even for this guy, like, unless I'm going to bend the wire over like this, if we want the wire to be flush and come out through here, I think I need to change how we mounted this. Unless I'm mounting this the wrong way. If I'm mounting this the wrong way, then... No, that doesn't make any difference, does it? Wait, yeah, if we go like this... Hold on. I'm gonna check the CAD really quick too for this. Yeah, so if it mounts like that, then we have a lot more room for our wires. So let me check in the CAD, man. If I'm routing this, so yeah, so it looks like I had it routed backwards. Because this is a lot of space here compared to what I had. That's now looking correct. So the end of this should go up to basically the groove and a little bit into the groove. No. Man, I am at a loss a little bit here. If I'm looking at this from top down, it's not hot end mount last. Yeah, the thing that's confusing to me is part of this looks like so okay, let me see if I can show this to everyone. So if I have the hot end in this direction, right? Like ignoring the actual hot end, but like the block is what I'm getting at, because if we look at the block itself is, the holes are not centered, right? So like you've got either more sticking out this way or you've got more sticking out that way. So if I go like this, which is more sticking inward, then, and I line the holes roughly, okay, then the edge of this block goes to right around where this groove is, which looks exactly like, so let's go top down view, or I'm sorry, other way. Which looks like this, right? Like, oh, you can't see that. So the corner of the block is right where the groove is. So that makes me think the orientation I have is correct. But the thing that's kind of throwing me is in this example, there's a bunch of space here, right? Like that looks like quite a bit of space to route something, which looks like, I mean, if you look at mine right now, there's like no space there at all, really. It's okay. So you're saying this is correct. So then so is it sound correct that you basically need to route all the wires first and then shove the hot end in last and then push the fans into place? Because otherwise I don't see how any of the wires are gonna fit through. And then also on yours, so the options, like the way I have this now, right, would make it where, oops, can I zoom out? No, yeah, I can. Okay, route the wires first. So right now, the way I have these wires, these ones would be kind of like out here in the open on the block. Is this also how you did yours? Or did you mount the hot end the other direction and have the wires coming up the backside and then basically popping out from the top of this block? Because this could work, but then, I mean, again, the wires are all fully exposed like that, while everything else seems like it's gonna be coming neatly from inside there. And then the last question I've got is regarding the LEDs and so like this needs to go, let's see, the closer together is like that. The other question I've got then is regarding the wires for the LEDs and Clicky. Do those also route inside there or no? I would think you probably wouldn't want to route those inside there because it would make detaching this like near impossible. Okay, so you just went straight up like that, gotcha. Yeah, and then can you confirm though on yours, like with Clicky and the LED, you didn't route them anywhere inside there, right? They just kind of went up the sides. Just trying to get my head on straight before I do this. Again, straight up. Okay, cool, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you. I needed a bit of a sanity check. So we'll start with fan wires, which again, orientation doesn't really matter at this point. We'll just shove in these wires through. And then we'll get the other one. Oh, the other one's coming out this side. So I'm gonna assume for this one it doesn't matter because this one's literally just gonna go over the top as well. So if we go, let's grab, where's the other fan? Yeah. I'm not gonna install it yet because it'll block those holes, but for this one it seems to me like the wires, since they're popping out there, we're just gonna route straight up into everything. So the only one that matters is that one, and then is there something else I'm missing? The hot end cooling fan. The hot end cooling fan is going to, it looks like it's probably also a press fit or just gets sandwiched. But on that one, let's see what the, let's see if I can actually, no, I can't see it in there. So let's see if I go back to here. Hotend mount, Hotend fan. Orient the 3010 fan such the cable is to the right of the cage and insert through the gap to the right to feed through the channel alongside the right 4010 fan. That's a lot of words. Oriented to the right. Orient the 4030 fan so the cable is to the right of the cage and inserted through the gap to the right over the channel, then back inside the cage. Okay, so for this one, look at live streams. FEF slides in and goes through the hole on the left side. Kind of helpful. So it looks to me like it's basically going to be routed, the wires for it are going to be routed through here, right? So the thing that's kind of, the thing that's a little confusing is when it's describing Orient 3010, so the cable is to the right of the cage. I'm assuming that means like from the front, the cable's to the right of the cage. So basically like this. And then the cable's gonna go out through here. Oh, okay, I think I get it. The cable's gonna go through here, be held in place by the fan, and then it's just gonna go up the back like the other one's gonna go. That seems right. This goes in, cable goes through here, gets stuck in place behind the fan, and then it just pops out through here and it's just gonna wrap up the backside. Hey, that guy makes. Hey, John. Cool. Okay. It's not really complicated, but it requires a little bit of thinking, and I don't want to assemble and disassemble a bunch of times, so just want to check. So this should go like this, and then just... I'm gonna assume I probably have to take the wires out of the side channel. Like, let's see, there we go. Can we do it without damaging the dang thing? Dude. I'm almost tempted to like trim the plastic of the fan housing to help this guy get through. Yeah, that totally I knew that was gonna happen. It completely it pierced the outer housing. All right, what do I want to do? I'm probably just gonna do that would pop in before I go. You always stream while I'm at school. Sorry, I know it's a hard time for a lot of people, but it also works for a lot of people, so it's kind of why I've maintained it. I'm like torn. Should I? So I think my options are either some electrical tape or cut it.
For the clear as mud instructions,
Crimp it. Hey Andrew, thank you very much for the donation, man. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, I should have just clipped it. I saw that happening and still followed through with it. I should have gone with my gut. But so yeah, my options are either I can either just add a little bit of electrical tape and kind of shove it in there, or I can cut it, solder it, and heat shrink it. This is where I start playing Schools Out for Summer. Nice. I think I'm just gonna put a little piece of electrical tape and see if it can still close up behind the fan, because it will be completely hidden if that's the case. This is really old electrical tape, though the adhesive kind of blows. The other one didn't. The other one's fine. The black cable came out a lot easier. So let me pull this wire so I've got a little bit more room to work. I mean, luckily the other cable is fine, so there shouldn't be anything else that this can come in contact with. I don't know, this might be, I probably need to cut this. It's probably going to be too fat to fit behind the... We'll try it. Okay, so this is going like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. Okay. I'm listening while delivering mail. You work for USPS or another courier? Courier? I think that sounds right. Okay, we should be good now. We should be good. Okay, let's get our hot end back in place. Dude, that is such a tight fit. I'm just looking like right now, and I won't even be able, well, yeah, I'll be able to pull this a little bit, but it's really snug fit, man. Okay. Wait. What do you mean other side? This is, what? This is how we had said we were gonna do it. The wires were just gonna go out the backside. USPS, nice. Are you somewhere where the weather is at least nice, or is it freezing cold? Look at the relief for that fan. You mean the side fan? Right fan comes over the right side. I wish I knew what you were saying. Okay, we're looking at this from the front. This is the left side. And it goes in like this. I don't look at like Delmar, I need you here, man. I need you to Okay, so it looks like you're talking about the area that it slots into. It's Oregon? Oh, it is chilly. I got freak head going. Look at the purple line. Oh! Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yep. So what he's saying, so I said it was a really tight fit. Well, it is a really tight fit because there's a little slot on the right side for the wires to go through. So if I back this out just a hair and I slide this into the right channel like that, it still feels really tight. Doesn't even, I don't know if it's, dude, even having it in that channel and the blue zip tie or the zip ties for the wires. Okay, cool. Yeah, even with it trying to go through there, it's still like, it compresses the hell out of it, man. I don't know if it's, I mean, these wires, I'm curious if I grabbed like, I think I have one of the Honey Badger fans somewhere. I'm curious if these wires are a standard gauge or if they're slightly larger than what's normal. Because it really doesn't seem to... Yeah, like it's, I mean, I can't even pull it. This is ABS. Almost 2 hour mark. Sweet. Yeah, I'll get the giveaway open in a sec here. It's really odd to me. Yeah, I can't pull the fan at all. I can't mount the fan first because the hot end bolts in from the side. So once the fan's in place, you can't access the bolts. Otherwise, I would. It would be nicer to be able to do it that way, but yeah, it's just not an option. Yeah, I don't think there's much else I can do, honestly. I mean, I could try to shove, like if I force with a flat head, the wires to kind of go. I hate using a flat head with wires like this though. Okay, let's see if I do this. I've got my thumb holding it a little differently now. So why is this? Yeah. It doesn't seem to freaking matter, man. Like, that slot doesn't feel like it does anything. Gotcha. So you mean just pull it flush, like... Okay. Yeah, it's definitely very, very tight. I also think I need to do the same on this one. I think that looks like a good sized pocket might be just enough to clear the screws. Yeah, it will clear the screws. I'm almost positive with the... I don't entirely even get how this is going to retain the fan. Unscrew the hot end and pull the wires and then rescrew the hot end. The hot end is the hot end's not attached right now, so that's what we're trying to do that. But the thing is, the hot end can't get installed without having the fans off, which is kind of the biggest hurdle of this. If I could install the fans and then just pop it in, it wouldn't matter because I'd have tons of slack. I'm gonna get the giveaway open. I'm gonna look at the CAD for a sec after this and just think. Hey Paul, doing pretty good, man. Just trying to figure out how to get this hot end together. I mean, I know how it goes together. Link is up in chat for the Polymaker giveaway. Okay, so it looks like the fan goes all the way in. There is a bit of a, it's hard to show it, but there's a bit of an indent on the side for the wire to be able to run up that side. And it looks like the things that are wedging the fan in place are that indent and the top indent there. So like it looks like this is what wedges it in. It just doesn't, it doesn't snap in. It's, I don't know, something. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on, hold on. Wait. Yeah, that wants to pop out too. The ducts will lock in later. Okay. Can I get it back out? There we go. Okay, I think I'm just gonna tighten the hot end, man. And hope for the best. Hey, bud. Hey. It's been a frustrating start to the stream. No, not frustrating? You're here to make it better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, big guy? Aw. Yeah, there's a bunch of parts that he's working with. Do you like your new robe?
Yeah.
One of our friends came over this morning and brought a gift for Jackson. And I'd gone up and said, okay, I'll see you guys after the stream. And she said,
Almost immediately.
yeah, come down, check this out. And they got Jackson, it's a robe, like a fuzzy robe with a tie. It's adorable. Huh. And it has his name on it. It says Jackson, yeah. See the CAD? You see it? Look, here it goes. Like,
Wow. Wow.
look at it's you, buddy, up there. Here. Woo! Can you say woo? The microphone? The buttons? Feels good. That's the light, a big light, huh? Are you excited for Christmas? Do you like the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Modbot, huh?
It's like, it's huge.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to get the mouse out of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want any mice in the car. Yeah, that's the CAD, baby. Cool, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Do you have a nap? Did you nap? Yeah, did you have a good nap, baby? You had a good nap? Glad to hear it. You send me all the good vibes, okay, hun? Yeah, all the good vibes. Okay. You say bye, everyone. So you're gonna go have some food. All right, I love you, Wood. Enjoy some food, huh, mommy? Don't touch the camera. Don't touch the camera. Huh? I love you. See you later, kiddo. All right. He's still. I love you, baby. Oh. Yeah, Jack's awesome. He's getting way too big. Way too big. As a note, you may want to fit the ECAS collet before anything else. Oops. You mean the collet up here? Is it going to be more difficult after? I really just want to get the electronics in this thing. I feel like I should be able to do it after. I can install it real quick. How's it going? Slow. It's going slow. It feels a lot tighter than the Dragon Burner. Like, it might not really be, but sort of the requirements to make it work for a Delta seem to have things a fair bit tighter. Where is it? Oh, is it just a press fit? I thought it was going to be a large threaded one. It looks like it's just a press fit, one of these little guys. Okay, let's change music. We need boss mode music. Also, giveaway links open for anyone that's just popping back in. Tight like a tiger. Am I putting this in the wrong way? I think I am. No. Am I doing this wrong? I feel like the blue is supposed to pop into the top of this. I haven't used one of this, like, these specific types in a bit. Oh, wait. Am I using this? Actually, hold on. So the kit came, here's like a regular collet, right? Are we using this, or are we using this clip type? Press fit, remove the rubber bottom. Okay, so we don't use the rubber bottom. What's the trick to getting the blue piece in, though? I feel like normally it's already in. Is it just brute force? Sure doesn't seem like this, right? ECAS is a different way of doing the same thing. A lot of force, okay. Just press it in without the top ring in is the normal way. Brute force, okay. Gonna use the table then. No way. It's that difficult to get this thing? Like, I mean... Seriously? Oh my god. Dude, that is no joke. A Nipix probably would have been the better solution. Oh man, it totally screwed up the plastic on the bottom. I don't know how much it'll matter, that little rim. It definitely screwed it up. Inserting it into the part and then doing the top ring, I don't think that would have been much easier. So is it also an aggressive fit for this, you're saying? Like, it needs to bottom out? Yeah, okay. Lovely. Well, I can't nitpicks this. I'm just going to use the table. Trying to figure out what's the... Dude. You know what? I can nitpicks this, can't I? I think I prefer the old traditional threaded method over these guys. I mean, these are more compact, clearly, but yeah, let's get the nitpicks out. Seems like the safest way to do it. Oh, thank God for nitpicks, dude. Okay, I got one side in. It's in. It's in. And it's working. You'll learn to love them when you do ERCFB2. Fantastic. I thought I played around with them. I don't remember them being that hard to press in. Also, thank you, Viper. That was a good call. I pictured myself just threading something in nicely. I didn't realize that it was going to require so much force. So nitpicks are definitely the way to go. I should have done that for the other portion of it as well. But yeah, we're flush now. So. Whew, okay. All right. So now, just want to get the wires in, man. Just want to get the wires in. So. Okay, so I'm not pushing that back in. Hopefully that's enough slack. And then we want this to go like this. This feels like something that a video would be really nice, showing how to assemble this. Okay, so I think I will be able to pull this. Yeah, it's gonna be real tight. But I think I'll be able to pull it a little bit. So, all right, let's get this screwed in. This is not a Hotend that you, or not a toolhead you want to put together blind. I will say that. Like watching a step-by-step on how to assemble this would have been clutch. I ended up having to use a lot of force with mine. Yeah, if I didn't have those nitpicks pliers, I think I also would have had to have used a lot of force. That is not an easy fit. Oh, food? Thank you. Can you put on the chair, the stool right there? Thank you. I'll grab it in a sec. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you. I have this Hotend in my Ender 3 and it's great. Oh, that's good to hear. I've never seen this Hotend before opening the box for this, so. It just kind of looks like if a V6 and a Bamboo Lab Hotend had a baby. This is what the product of that would be. Sorry for asking again for $600. What kind of printer would you recommend, or should I try to tackle a bed size increase mod on my underwire? It depends on your goal, Salty. Like, if you just want something that you're not building or modding that you can just print with, I feel like a P1S probably goes for around there. But if you want something that you can build or can mod, 600 is kind of a weird point because you've got like quite a few options underneath that. But then if you get into 2.4s and Tridents, it goes north of that. It's the redheaded stepchild, and you would leave it at a firehouse. Gee whiz. It has the enclosure and it's already runs the bamboo Hotend. Okay, so you're saying your printer already has an enclosure and runs the bamboo Hotend? I mean, honestly, $600 is a lot to dump into mods. Unless you don't want another printer. Like, the underwire conversion's nice. Don't get me wrong. It is nice. I like it. And I really like just the switchwire underwire. But if you've already got it enclosed and running a good Hotend, I don't know that that's what I would do. I mean, for me, right now, I'd probably get like a P1S. But if you wanted to build something, what's around that price point, man? Honestly, I would probably save a little bit more and try to get a 2.4 or a Trident if you wanted to build something. I mean, yeah, it really depends. Like, it really depends on what you want. Like, does size matter on it? Do you want, like, I mean, it really matters so much, the details about it. It's very difficult to recommend printers without, like, I used to sell 3D printers when I worked at Matter Hackers, and I had a sort of like a decent list of questions that I would ask where I'm like, does it need dual extrusion or multi-heads? Does it, like, is there size requirements? Is there material requirements? Most didn't care about firmware stuff, so I usually didn't ask that. You know, what's budget, obviously, which you answered. Yeah, it's difficult without knowing sort of the whole story. I can go a little bit more, but would like to pay about $200 a month. Would like to pay, are you gonna make payments on it, you're saying? Or are you saying that you can save $200 a month? I mean, the SVO8 is not a bad option either. I don't, what's the price point offhand? It's probably right around there, right? But it just depends if that's what he wants. Like, yeah, it just depends. I mean, a lot of printers are quality control risk. You know, I've seen lots of printers where I've either received them with some kind of weird thing, or, you know, everyone else has good luck with them, and I don't know, it's definitely not an exclusive to Sovol thing. Dude. There's no way, man. These wires, like, there's no give. Like, I have it routed exactly in that slot. Cover keeps wanting to pop off. Okay, I think I got that fan in. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna be able to get that fan in. But yeah, I still like that slot there. Might keep it from getting overly pinched, maybe, but it doesn't allow any motion of, or like any movement of it. But yeah, I at least think I got this in correctly, so. I'm going to be doing an install video of the Micro Swiss Hotend on it, but I also anticipate it's going to be a lot higher quality than the stock one. Okay, let's get the other fan in. That one's a piece of cake. All right, it's starting to come together. We're starting to see some things here. So that fan's in. kind of. We're getting there. Whew. All right, I'm gonna take, there's 10 more minutes till we're doing the giveaway. I'm gonna quickly inhale a peanut butter sandwich and some Nilla wafers. Truth be told, most people tell me to stick with the underwire. A friend of mine works in CNC helping to finish as I'm home. As I'm not home, it had a skewed extrusion so the panels don't fit right. If you don't need, so if you don't need a big printer and you want a no tinker one, you could probably do both. Like if you don't care about having a Core XY printer, like the A1 Mini is super affordable. And then if you take the rest of the money, the $450, and put it towards something like the Sideboard kit or even self-source if you want, I don't know how much hardware you already have, you know, you could probably do both of those things. I don't know if the Revo PZ would work on the ender wire. I think the bed isn't rigid enough. That's at least why tap doesn't work. Have you looked at the Cranefly Hotend? Wait, I thought Cranefly was the name of the toolhead. There's a Hotend called the Cranefly? If there's a Hotend as well, then I haven't looked at it. This is the first time I've heard about it, you mentioning it. We've been working on it. It's been the toughest part of the build by far. Delmar giving me the repo for it was very helpful. And also, I think it was Viper, I don't see your name right now in chat, but has been giving me pointers because he's built one's been helpful. But going in blind, it's a little tricky. Like, I mean, that might be an understatement. Going in blind, it's tricky, especially just the wire routing. It seems tighter. Like, really, it's just this fan. Like, this has been the problem child, this fan right here. Or no, is the other fan? I lied, it's this fan. This one right here has been the problem child. Everything else really hasn't been bad, so it's just that has been funky. I mean, it looks really nice, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. Like, I love the Dragon Burner, you know, but it just, I think that, like, having a video or, like, because the instructions are just CAD files, like, having actual photos that show the wires and direction of things is quite a bit more helpful, in my opinion, than just CAD. But, I mean, at the same time, like, I'm thankful they have that. It's this whole thing is, a lot of these projects are, like, passion projects, not, you know, like a for-profit company by any means. So it all takes time, and a lot of people are doing this in their spare time. So I'm not, like, me saying this stuff is not really, like, intending to be complaining, but more just saying it would be more accessible. Hell, even Fysetc, since they are making these kits and profiting off of these kits, like, they could and potentially should be the one to fill those gaps. That's interesting, Salty. I wish Zombie was in chat, because Zombie, I thought he went as far as actually installing the PZ on the Delta, the Doron Velta, and said that it wasn't compatible because of the bed, or like it wasn't rigid enough. But maybe that's not the case with the ender wire. I can't say from experience, which makes it a little bit tricky. We can summon him. If he's busy, it's fine. I'd be curious to know, and it might not even be, maybe in chat it'd be a little difficult for him to state it, but it'd be interesting to hear like his a little bit more detail on his experience trying the E3D PZ probe, because from what I'm aware, like he didn't like just hear it wouldn't work. Like he actually went as far as wiring it up and doing testing on it. If my memory serves me correct, which I think that's the case. Eddy probe is an option as well. Did we say that they've made some improvements to its thermal compensation? He may be baking cookies. If that's the case, he's definitely got his priorities straight. So, thank you, Liz. Okay. So we got 77 people in the giveaway. And 134 here. So, I mean, not quite, a little over half have entered into the giveaway. So if you haven't entered in, we're doing the giveaway drawing in 4 minutes approximately. So definitely enter in if you want to. Okay, so let me go back to Discord. That was Delmar. No, that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the repo. There we go. Interesting. This is saying that you actually want to route the wires for the NeoPixel in that same channel. So this is saying we want this like this, and for these to go, it sounds to me like it wants these to go up and over, but I don't see how it could do that. Oh, I can't show you. I'll show you guys in a sec what I'm thinking. Through the channel, and then up through the gap in the cage. And then up through the gap in the cage. Oh, wait a minute. So if this is bolting onto there, that would work. Except the NeoPixels are too large. Gosh, I don't want to take the Hotend out again. I really don't want to take the Hotend out again. But yeah, what it looks like it's saying is this wire is supposed to get routed inside behind the fan, between the fan and the Hotend, and then come up through here. And the only way we can do that is if we remove the Hotend, which I really don't want to do. Oh, I'm torn. I'm super torn. Ah! Will you look who it is, the bearded beauty. Thank you, Tom. Hi. I don't think I've ever been called that. How are you doing? It's not the end of the world if I have to do it, but it's just like, man, this Hotend. All right, one more minute. If you have not signed up for the Polymaker giveaway, it is pinned in chat. I'm gonna pull the link in 1 minute, and then another minute after that, we're gonna do the drawing. So. In written form, I think what could make this easier is literally a numbered list. Like, number 1, pass right fan wire through, right opening, up through channel, and out of way. Step 2, pass this through, like, you know, it just, because it's sort of, because it's just like, it's the order of operations are very random with this. Like, once you get to here, the Hotend mount, in my opinion, like, this should be moved all the way down to, you know, down here, basically, because it's the last thing you have to do. Everything else has to be done first, but it's listed at the top, so it's just kind of odd. Only 87 likes, go, we can hit 100. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Hit the like button for Cranefly. I feel like technical writing is becoming a lost art. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, I understand that this is like, you know, a project that someone made, and it's not a commercial thing. Like, it's Fysetc that commercialized it, really. But stuff like that, like, it just, it makes the accessibility so much different. Well, that was fun. I just reflowed a hot toolhead board and resurrected it. Board necromancy. That's cool. Did you reflow it with just a hot air wand, or did you actually put it in an oven? Okay, removing the link, and then 60 seconds and we'll do the drawing. All I want to do now is just get this toolhead built today. I will feel, oh, the man himself, the banana man. Dude, I don't know if you had nearly as much struggle as me, but putting together Cranefly has been rough. Just bringing you up to speed really quickly here, but like, the wires right here are so tight, and I don't know, I mentioned I don't know if it's like they didn't use the same gauge wire they normally come with or what the deal is, but when I route them, like, there is no, I cannot move the fan, you know, closer or further because of that. And then orientation was a big question mark of Hotend in terms of like which direction the block goes. And then the next thing is like the Github repository has the like order of operations kind of at random. And so now it's like we have it all done. We've taken it apart a few times, but now NeoPixels are saying they have to get routed up through here, out through here, and then over through here. Like, it's just been wild. You need to use the Bluetooth version. Dude, God, you're telling me, man. So the question I had is, a couple people have talked about the, I'll just show it because I literally have it here because it's been on my list of things to do for forever. One of these guys. So, oh, here we go. One of these guys. And so I remember you had said, I'm almost positive that you didn't just like entertain it. You actually installed this into the Doron Velta. And you had mentioned that it wasn't rigid enough. So is it the bed that's not rigid enough, or was it the frame that wasn't rigid enough? Because someone's talking about putting one into an ender, or a switch ender wire. And I said that I don't think it'll work because it's not rigid enough, kind of similar to how tap doesn't work with it. But they mentioned that the E3D, that version, like the PZ, doesn't take nearly as much force to trigger. So it did not work because of the force needed, the rods. Gotcha. So you think it's the little, these guys, just these little, I mean, these guys are what have the flex. And they're pretty stiff, but yeah, I thought that you had said you went as far as trying and it just was not repeatable. Drop the 3010 fan. Oh, Delmar, you're an angel. I can totally slide this guy out. I need to slide it the whole way out because of the size of the thing going through. Oh my god, we don't. It goes the other way, but we don't have to take off the hot end. Delmar, if I can. Here, this is for. It's directed at Delmar. Maybe your rods had too much play. Is in fact the best first layer. Wait, I run a Delta for a year now with a different piezo probe that worked really fine. Yeah, it's not a Delta thing. It sounds like it's these rods. I mean, this Delta printer, the frame consists of 2020s and 2040s, but it also consists of like a lot of printed parts. That's what connects it all. So maybe that's it. Or as Zombie said, these rods, I mean, these are really small rods compared to what like the other FL Sun Deltas are running that I have, so. Maybe it was the kinematic bed. You can't use the probe with that for sure. Okay. Gotcha. So okay, sounds like we're not entirely sure what part of the equation was, but we can confirm like it just, so when you probed, I mean, it probably triggered, right, Zombie? But just, you're saying like the range it triggered at was widely varying? I know 2 people with the Deltas using PEC without an issue. Oh, is PEC a mod? I thought when you were saying PEC that you were talking about the material, like the filament. This Delta had even thinner rods. Interesting. Well, maybe, I mean, I was gonna install it on the 2.4, but I don't necessarily want to. Maybe we'll experiment with it on here and see if we get the same results that Zombie got. And if we do get the same results, maybe we can see like if we mount the bed differently or change, like, I don't know. It might be worth playing around with. PEC is a dragon. Gotcha. That's what I didn't understand. I thought people were saying, I think Beacon or Cartographer would be great with this. The material is PEKK. Yeah, but people spell things wrong all the time, so I just assumed until I saw it now, like the way it was used in context and someone using that spelling, I put 2 and 2 together and was like, I don't think they're talking about a material. It sounds like it's a mod. So, okay, let's do the giveaway, everybody. Thank you, the Zombie. I know you admit it's been a while since you'd mentioned it, and I just remember you saying it didn't work, and it had something to do with like you thought it had something to do with the machine's rigidity. So cool. We got 91 entries. All right. Sweet. Sorry if we interrupted your cookie making. Liz said you were maybe making cookies, which if you were closer, I'd say send cookies, please. All right, so let's do our giveaway. How have we been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes? I feel like we've accomplished nothing. Oh yeah. All right. So for anyone new, the way the giveaways work is if you're in US or Canada and you are the winner, you'll receive a Polymaker gift card, and anywhere else you'll get to choose from a list of filaments that are PLA, ABS, PETG, and ASA. Yeah, they'll receive an email from me within 24 hours, and massive thank you to Polymaker for letting us do these giveaways. And if you would like to support the channel, there's a link in the description. And I think clearly they were running a big sale for Joel's stream last night, or promotion, or just, yeah, I'd say sales, probably the right word. But if there are other sales going on and you use the link, it does support the channel. And also, for anyone wondering, links are in the description to this material, which is Polymaker. This is their Galaxy Orange ABS. So it's a gorgeous filament, and they make lots of gorgeous filaments. It's too late to join. Sorry, it was open for 45 minutes. So, Jose got the first one with 6. No. Let's see. The range today is between 11 and 19. 11 and 19. Jose, you posted that well before. And same with you, nice. All right, 15 it is. We're doing 15. We're doing 15. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. In 3, sorry, Jose. 2 and 1. Good luck. Oh, wait, what the heck? Dude. Hey, Ken! Sorry, everyone. I didn't realize I was still showing the toolhead. I promise you, I shuffled it the amount of times that I said. Ken, you are our winner. Congratulations, buddy. I don't think you've won before. I'm almost positive you have not. So, air horn, cheers. I will get you that link within 24 hours. If you missed earlier, I'm dealing with a mouse that's been living in our car. So, things are a little crazy right now, but I'm still like pretty good about getting out the email within 24 hours. So look out for an email from me. And yeah, congratulations. Thank you, everybody else. Holy moly, I didn't think you'd won before. I was like, I know you've been like pretty active in the last couple of build series, but I was like, I don't think you've actually won before. So congratulations, you are our winner. And I believe you're in the States, almost positive. So you'll get a gift card, which is pretty freaking sweet. So thank you, everybody. Link is actually been unpinned, Phil. So you'll probably need to reload the page. But yeah, I'm looking at my end. It's not there. What color is that for the Hotend? I'm guessing peanut butter or... Lovely. Okay. Oops. Yeah, it was just, yep. I appreciate it though. There's a lot of times I don't unpin it, but I did unpin it this time. All right, let's make some progress, yeah? So this is going like this. This is tangled. If I could give you a jumping air high five, Delmar, for your saving my butt today, I would. Look at that. Look at that, like a freaking glove. Okay, I don't think we need to bolt these just yet. So let's just kind of keep that off to the side. Sorry, I keep getting what I'm doing out of the frame unintentionally. Okay, so there's that one, and then this one is just going like this. Okay. This one's gonna be a little bit fun to get through. Feels like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. You're so close. You're like right there. I might need, what do I have? Tools. It can fit. It definitely can fit. Let me see if I pull these wires out of the way. They're probably not helping me. Oh, it's like right there. It's funny. Every build has its own set of like things that are easy and its own set of challenges. Yeah, this cable hates me. There we go. All right, easy peasy. Woo! So a baby is a poop printer, yeah, kind of. Amongst other things. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. I don't know at what point I need to bolt this on. I feel like we've got to be getting pretty close to that point, but once I get this last fan kind of in place, we'll take a look at the GitHub repo and see. We've got most of the things are kind of in place now. Where's our fan? There we go. Okay. I almost wonder if we want to pop this out so that way it routes on the inside with everything else. It kind of makes the most sense to me. Fans in, then bolt together. Okay, cool. Fans in, then bolt together. I'm like, you know what? Okay, we are gonna do that, but I'm gonna cut a little bit of this little fan wire retaining thing. I can't deal with another sliced wire today. Ow. Smacked me in the face. It's been that kind of a day. Because now these wires can just go like that. There we go. And I think that's going to be a little bit cleaner. Okay. All right. Put wire in the slot. Yep, yep. This thing looks really good. Okay. Effector plate, insert the Hotend NeoPixel. No, that's not what we want. Left fan. Hotend NeoPixel. Okay. Effector plate. Insert the Hotend NeoPixel into the effector plate. Okay, I think we're just bolting things down. It looks like M3 by 8. And these can be socket heads, so M3 by 8s. My V0 has been looking for a stepbrother. Are you talking about one of these guys? Okay, let's get the driver. 2.5 mil. I'm so happy that this thing's coming together. There hits a point in a lot of builds where I'm just like, something fun to abuse. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the build so far hasn't been bad, and the Hotend itself isn't really bad. It's more a matter of like understanding the order of operations because they are crucial. You cannot just slap things on and call it a day. Like, things have to get routed a certain way, and yeah, that's really been the biggest hiccup. The only thing I think is weird is that the wires for that, the fan on the left side, whichever one goes over the top, I just would love to know whether it's just that tight tolerances that unless it's aligned exactly perfectly, it's going to hold it down, or whether it's just that these fan wires that Fysetc chose or these fans have wires that are a little bit bulky. I don't know. My Merc taught me the hard way. Yeah, this thing looks sick though. I mean, check it out. Oops, let's go. It's a cool looking Hotend. So let's get the last bit of this installed. We don't. Oh, cool. Okay, so this is. I think that this is not for all the wires, right? It's just for the LED wires to route in and route out. That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look like it'd be wide enough for. I think it's just for the LED wires. Box of fans. Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much a box of fans. It's not far from accurate. Okay. That's for the LED wire. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna slot in our little diffuser. Like that. And then let me place that down for a second. Next, we're gonna get our kind of, I guess like a mask that masks the rest of it. So this is going to probably, how's it going in? It's going in like this. No, it's going in like this. So we'll want it to be like this. There we go. Okay, that has a very satisfying snap into place. And then this is going to go like this. It should just press in. Okay, that seems too tight. I would assume it's got to be flush. There's a little bit of crap from where it bridged in the bottom of this, so I'm going to see if that's maybe what's causing it to not be able to push down all the way. Let's see. Hey, Emoji! Going pretty good, man. It's been a very, like, I don't know, I'd say tedious stream in a sense. Like, nope, nothing came out. Figuring out how to get this toolhead together. Took quite a bit of effort, but we're kind of on the home stretch now, which feels really good. How are you doing? Okay, I was able to get that out. So let's see now. I don't think... The other concern I have is wondering if the... I'm just wondering, because like a lot of time, I'm used to the stealth burner, and the ones I've used, they don't actually have a JST connector, they're just soldered on. So I'm wondering if it's the, it almost looks to me like it's the JST connection that's bumping, but I have a hard time believing they wouldn't have checked that. I don't think I can get it in any further. Oh yeah, that's splitting the face of this. Yeah, it's wanting to split the face of this part. I'm good, busy, but winding down for the day. Nice. That's always nice when you kind of hit the end of it. Yeah, there's a little split now from where it pressed in. I'll probably end up, you can kind of see it. It's really light. I'll probably end up reprinting this part out. What I probably could do also is maybe file down this piece a little bit. Let me check. I think I printed out two. I thought I printed out two of these. I did. Are they the same? They look the same. Yeah, they look identical. Let's see if I should try this. Acetone will weld it. It'll also make it really glossy though. No, this is the way it goes. Yeah, so it's not the JST that's causing the issue, because even this is without the LED or the JST connector in, like it's still struggling to go in. Odd. Very odd. Oh, somebody really needs to come up with a toolhead board for this thing. It's way too much wires to run individually. Yeah, it would be nice if it had a toolhead board. I agree. I've kind of fallen in love with toolhead boards. I just don't understand what is catching on. I'm gonna let me take out this little front piece here. Okay, so it goes in perfectly without that front piece on. I'm pretty positive I had it fully seated though. So I don't think it was an issue of it not being properly seated. It looks, unless, let's see. No, that drops right in. Yeah, it's like the width of it is a bit too much. I think I'm gonna try just filing a little bit off of the ends here. That seems to be the main area where it's catching on, so let's try it. Can you fall down the top of the small? Yeah, yep. Just seeing that. But yeah, it seems like it's, I don't think it's the top. I mean, I can file a little bit of everything, but I think it's the sides of it that just are a little bit too wide. Let's see. Any improvement? Not so much. Maybe it is the top. Maybe it's that top lip. Let's try filing at that a little bit. It could be a small elephant's foot. It was printed. If it's an elephant's foot, it would be on this side, but still could. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around the whole area. I mean, it's only a couple millimeters out, but it's enough where it won't go in fully, which we've seen is an issue because when it does get to almost fully in, it starts to split the part because of the amount of force it's applying to it. So we definitely want less force. Let's see. Maybe a bit closer, but still definitely not quite there. Wild to me, man. Even if I get this part fitting perfectly, I'm debating on just reprinting out that green part. I know you mentioned acetone welding, which I could do. You're not wrong. It's gonna make it glossy, and this is like the top front piece that I kind of want to look perfect, or at least clean. Well, I said we were gonna get toolhead done, mounted, and start on electronics. I am a fibber. I'm probably gonna end up doing this last bit of the toolhead off stream, and next week we will do the arms and then jump into electronics. Time for me to go. Bye, everyone. See you next week. Hey, thank you for hanging out nice, and thank you for the gifted memberships earlier, buddy. Hope you get a good night's sleep, and yeah, I'll catch you next week. While the stream is going, I pulled out 2 boards and swapped them, including new crimps and umbilical, as well as reflowed another that had joints. Are you saying I'm slow, or are you saying that the toolhead was just time consuming? Which one are you saying, Phil? Yeah, it's still tight. I am tempted. I'm probably just going to reprint both of these pieces, this guy and this guy, and see if it works any better. I mean, it could also very well be the PTG. Let's try that too, actually. Let's I don't think it's going to be, but I'm going to just quickly file the face of this. Oh, I'm not gonna heckle you for doing this while we all watch. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, I was like, man, that's not like Phil. Usually Phil doesn't throw me a whole bunch of shade like that. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I know. It felt like a dig. It really did. I'm like, man. I don't think it's this at all. I really don't. It's just surprising to me, like, even after kind of filing down, it's still sticking out about the same difference. I'm just like, is there something I'm not seeing that's the bottleneck for all this? Okay, that's in place. Okay. That same thing. Oh. Okay, so I think I figured it out. It just requires a good amount of force. It like hits a certain spot and then it just snaps right in. I don't know that I'll be able to get this out. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it out now. But I don't know that I mean, it seemed a little excessive, but it hits a point where it just, oh, gee, I'm gonna stab myself. I don't want to do that. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's snug, but like once it's in, I mean, it's perfectly flush. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I'm like, can I shove the LED in? I still think I'm gonna just reprint it, everyone, because why not? Although I printed all these on the GD+4 and it did such a clean job, but I'm probably just gonna throw on the bamboo since I got it up here right now. But pretty much the only things I'm planning on doing, which I'm gonna do before next week, is to get this top piece on. I'll do two things. So we're basically done. Oops. Yeah, here we go. So we're basically done with the tool head. The last thing is just to mount this top piece on, which I'll do. So the only things I'll do, because I won't do a lot of it off stream without you guys, is get this mounted on with the new one and the LED in, and then I will just clean up the wiring. Like I'll basically put things through zip ties on both sides or anywhere else I find zip tie holders. And I will also, I need to reprint, or not reprint, I need to print out the Clicky probe, the dock portion of it, the dockable portion. So, and then we'll have this done, which means next week we'll start by bolting these in place, right? That'll be our first thing. And then replacing electronics. That's gonna be what we're doing. So, push the diffuser up from under. You mean from here? You're saying push it from here? This whole thing like has cracked from the amount of force, so I think that, God, it's so tight, man. It is. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. I was planning on reprinting it because it has that crack anyway, so I'll just reprint it. That's one piece now. Yes, they have been permanently welded together. Okay, I think we're gonna call it.
To do a late night stream, like 0200.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't do it, man. It's too late. I've been sleeping awful for probably the last month or so now. Like, either I just go to bed really late because I'm doing stuff, or I'll be like, okay, tonight I'm gonna go to bed at a decent time, and I'll crawl in the bed at like, not noon, midnight, and I'll just toss and turn for hours. Like some of the nights, it's because I'm definitely like thinking about stuff. I've got like, you know, work to do, projects to do, this, that, and so I can't stop thinking. But then there's other nights, which I can almost find even more frustrating, where I know I'm tired, but like I'm laying there just wide awake and tossing and turning. Like I would rather get up and do stuff than just toss and turn and do nothing for hours. Like, so yeah, I'm trying to go to bed. Like, not even necessarily earlier, but just like if I go to bed at 1, like I want to be asleep very close to that time, not 3:30. You know, it's just the wind down's been so rough for me. I think I remember someone saying to print the diffuser at 98.5%. I can experiment with that too, Phil. Yeah, I'm gonna reprint out the. I'm gonna do some experimenting. Luckily, it's a small part. I don't think this whole thing will take more than, you know, an hour maybe to print out. So, I'll just print it again as is and see how that goes. And then based off that, I'll start I'll start tweaking some stuff on it and seeing if it makes a difference. So, young child makes my pot feel like an old man. Yeah, Jackson. Thankfully, Aaron's been the one to get up the last couple of days. Because like today, I think he woke up at 6 6 something, and Aaron had originally asked me, like, you know, can you go get him? And I said, I physically cannot. Like, I've been asleep since 3:30. I've slept for like maybe 3 hours, and I have
Sleep
a
is
stream
just a
and
lack
stuff,
of caffeine. Night shift here.
So. Dude, you don't want to give a squirrel caffeine, at least not a lot of it. So, saying my ADD brain keeps me awake too much. Yeah, it's like I have so a lot of people I think can more easily be working on a project and get to a point and be like, I'm gonna call it here for tonight, and they'll feel content with that, right? But like for me, when I'm working on a project, it's like it's the only thing that matters from A to Z. Like stopping at some point it's so difficult to pull myself away from it. And if I pull myself away from it, I might physically be away from it, but I've at 32 years on this planet have yet to develop the ability of not having my mind still basically being attached to that thing. Like it's not ideal. Certainly not ideal. I don't know what to do. Like I'm just feel like it's, you know, all of us, everyone, I mean, you can learn things, you can train yourself to do different things, but I feel like, you know, everyone's wired a certain way, and there's certain things where it's like you kind of give up on fighting it and just figure out how to use that quirk to as much benefit and positive as possible while dealing with the repercussions of having that quirk, you know. So it's hard. Yeah, it's super hard to put it down and stop. Like I get like almost this like rush of like, you know, like especially when all the things are kind of aligning, I'm like, I just can't like tear myself away from it. So yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of us are ADHD and can never get our brains to shut down. Yeah, I've described it, like the way I described my brain to most people is it's either dead, like it's either like wasteland, nothing happening, or it's a hamster on a wheel going a million miles an hour. Like that's me. I have like I have very little, like the only time I get that middle ground is when the hamster's been on the wheel for so long that I'm crashing. Like my brain is just like, you know, cannot process, shutting down. So yeah, it's there's been times where it's been like an awesome superpower, and then there's been a lot of times where it's like I am struggling. So techno rave, yeah, it's like yeah, just a hamster listening to like some really aggressive techno while on a wheel. Like that's my normal. So hot dog, thank you for the donation. Thanks for another crock. I didn't see that come in. Oops. Okay, all right, everybody. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Please wish me luck. Either wish me luck that I catch the squirrel that's living in the car, or that it just left and doesn't come back. So, did I say squirrel? Mouse. The mouse that's in the car. I think I said squirrel because you guys are all putting squirrel emojis and stuff like that. So, please wish me luck. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna see you guys next week. And next week, is that the last stream before Christmas? So today's the 11th. That would mean it would be the next. Wait. Is Christmas on a, like, so it's the 25th, so 7 plus 11 would be 18 plus 7, 25th. Huh. So we probably aren't going to have that next stream will probably be our last stream of the year, is that right? Because I don't think, I'm not against streaming on holidays, but Christmas Day, I just don't see it. I'm gonna spend time with the family. That's wild. Okay, so yeah, we've got, I don't think we'll do a Christmas stream. Stream is January 1st stream. I think we'll do a January 1st stream. New Year's is our anniversary, but usually New Year's is kind of like nuts in general. So I think I'm just gonna make dinner here for us, like a couple years, just get a piece of steak and some mashed potatoes, some veggies, and some red wine, and like, so I'm probably just gonna do my own thing at night. So I'll let everybody know. I don't know what the plan is. We celebrate typically Christmas Eve in my family, but Aaron's always celebrated on Christmas Day, so we'll talk about it next week. I'll update you guys on Operation Where's the Mouse and and what the schedule's gonna look like for the next questionable 2 Wednesdays. So see you next year. All right, thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate you sticking with me through this. Some of it's my fault. I know that. Some of it's you know, I think not my fault, but I appreciate everyone sticking with me and giving, you know, guessing or giving, not opinions, but like like things to consider, or things to try and see if it works. And also a major thank you to Viper and Delmar majorly for today, just pointing me in the right direction with things, because overall I felt like for this build I've felt pretty good, but yeah, today like my head was upside down all around, so definitely gave me like at least some kind of a map. It might have been like a slightly outdated map, or you know, but so all right, I will catch y'all later. Thanks again, and have a wonderful rest of your day and your weeks. Bye everybody.